let's go through trade review. What everyone do today? Oh, I need to fix this. Okay, cool. How do we all do today, everyone? Had some nice gold trades. Better than yesterday. Amazing. Yeah, I saw you had a 5K day. Crazy day. Yeah, so I shorted this gold. I shorted gold. I was looking at, and London was my final TP. This ran for 40 points. I only got 20 out of it because of consistency. But really solid trade. If you have one mini and you get 40 points, that's $4,000 off one trade. Crazy. And there wasn't even that much risk on this trade. I said, okay, so my initial risk was $370. $370. All right, crazy. Really solid trade. I'm loving gold recently. So that was on alpha accounts. On Tradeify accounts, I also shorted. I shorted this when we rejected this upper VWAP band up here. So I shorted this. Just wrote it down to the lows. Got my 2K there, and then on those alpha accounts, took the short here. Right. That's the trade I passed my eval today and got winning day on XFA after. Solid, bro. Also, I called out this all-day rally. I called that out at 6:35 last night. I said NQ looks like it's trending up. I wouldn't fade this, right? That was alerted at when NASDAQ was trading around 530 to 540 area. You know, you could have even held this all day if you got in the overnight. That ran up almost 300 points. That's insane, right? Now, the reason I called this out is because I've seen so many FOMC days where the FOMC report is really solid, right? What comes out of FOMC is really solid. You will typically see a trend through the entire overnight. And then you'll have a trend day the next day. We didn't get the trend day during New York, but this was the makings of a trend day. It just didn't trend like how I expected it to during the New York session. I don't know if you guys watched the daily recap. I think it was pretty good analysis there. You know, I called out the trend in it. I called out GC to continue lower. Last night I was looking for this to push up to 37.12. The reason for that was it was the 0.5 off this initial FOMC sell-off, right? This is where I was looking at it for. Additionally, the reason I was looking for that lines up with volume area high. And then we get the exact same setup that I was looking for last night, today. So when I expand this lower, we have the 0.5 fib. And if I can grab this fucking volume profile. Look at where we come into New York at. Right near volume area high. I rejected it. So very clean. Very clean. But yeah, overall, really solid day. Let me go through your guys' trades. Let's see how we did. AlbFX, I know you wanted me to review this. I went through it in, I just messaged in premium. I think this is a proper trade. This looks solid. You know, you can see absorption on Bookmap here. Comes up to 618, sells off straight down. You get that absorption. I think that's a clean trade. This was before FOMC. There's a lot of buyers up there. You're not moving higher, so a lot of passive sellers just absorbing that. Clean trade. You know, if you're bringing your stops in, if you short this here, right, and then you see this start to just fall, just tighten it as each new strong candle comes out. Right. Same London trade idea that from yesterday, but today it worked. 618 fib, support zone, true day opened in sweep. High volume ledge, high volume candles, but not going down with wicks. Last TP at true day open plus low volume node, 3 screenshots, scale 2 cons at POC and trailing, 4th screenshot, trailing aggressive, 5th screenshot, TP hit 2.6R. To get better, if I just keep running it to value area high, that would be almost a 5R trade. Yeah, I think that's valid. If I'm looking at this, right, I would put your value area high on this volume profile. Additionally, I would look at where's the low of this price. Okay, comes back here. I think you've got this anchored a little bit far off, right? I would consider this range in here from these lows. So I would want to take like where we push up on this, where we get that strong push. That's where I would start to anchor it to get a better volume profile idea. But I think this is a valid trade. You see price start to come through. Good trail. You break above that lower band, right? So that's showing strength. Okay, and then it does a little retest and it holds. Okay, and then it's just a clean trend. Yeah. So yeah, you could just leave your stop here and then target that volume area high if it looks like it's trending back up. But clean trade, bro. Very clean. 618 from Asia high plus low time frame, low volume node POC plus high time frame, high volume node value area low. Lower risk because already had a W earlier. First TP at low time frame, value area low. High time frame POC. Second TP at lower VWAP band. 618 bullish IB. Second screenshot stop adjusted VWAP holding. So stop loss at break even. Fourth screenshot out at break even. Okay. Yeah, I think we were just a little early on this. You know, when you get this strong push up, it does start working in your favor, right? But it retests that VWAP. It gets down to that VWAP, and then it just bounces. So I understand the idea behind this, but I want to see it test VWAP first, and if it breaks below that VWAP, then yeah, I'm going to be bearish. I get trying to, you know, get in top tick. I don't mind the idea, but when you just had a really bullish trade and you've got this really bullish leg, I'm more open to it just doing a retest down at that VWAP and then continuing to run higher. But yeah, I don't mind the idea. I think it's a decent idea. Combine 4 took a long 1 to 2 RR after we went long and pulled back to the 0.3 fib and upper band. However, still got stopped. So what time is this at? This is after the move's already happened. So I wouldn't be like this. I think you took this in here. Yeah, the move's already happened. So I think you just missed this big move. Yeah, unfortunate. And then the second trade, because I think I can't pronounce that fucking name, bro. I'm just gonna say AG. AG took a clean trade, right? I think this is the right idea behind it. I think you just got in late. This and then this just consolidates. There's nothing crazy on here. Instrument MGC gold, 1 trade 1 win. Today I took a range trade on gold. I wanted to short from the top of the range but hesitated because I was worried about losing money or the trade still I executed on the setup and it worked out for the win. Shout out to MGC. I disrespected it last time but it proved solid today. Reflection, good recognition of the range. Hesitation showed some fear of loss but I still followed through. Next step is building my confidence in entries when I see the setup instead of second guessing. I could also improve on letting the trend ride out. Remember what you said about gold? When it trends hard. I remember that only after exiting the trade could have made 1K on this trade, but up 500 today. I'll take it. Yeah, so I think this entry, it's a little late, right? We were in up here, but I don't mind this entry, especially this is after it shut down that buying attempt, right? We got that wick up, and then it shut down. I'm fine with this trade. I just would prefer to be in up higher. And if we're taking this trade, right? We should just be shooting for the London lows in there. I think that's just a late entry. XAU USD. All right, took a short. I think this is the same short we took. This is a clean trade. Your stop loss should be tighter on this. There's no reason you're in at 37.05. We've dropped 70 points. Why is your stop loss 5 points in profit? Why is your stop loss not at least at this retest, or at least at this big red candle, right? It's already come up, retested this level, sold off, came back up, sold off again, right? It should be at one of these retests. And I think you shorted this off FOMC. This is definitely off FOMC. So I'd bring this stop in. This is quite a long trade, but I would protect some of those profits. At bearish bias, we went through 618 fib and support zone after open without clear rejection, but Baron proved me wrong. Saw that 945 reversal, caught along right at 0.5, targeting all-time highs, full TP. Didn't look at bookmap on this one. Would have been good to take a look though, as I'm slowly adding order flow to my personal strat. 108 point trade, 19 RR. Never marry your bias and adapt to the market. Yeah, I mean this. I had a lot of people telling me to short, like they were looking at shorts on NQ. And I was like, what are you talking about? Wait for the retrace. I know people in Jaren's stream, they were telling him that they were shorting it. He wanted longs. But yeah. I think this is clean. You got in on this little retest. Right? Yeah, so once it showed bullish price action, then it does the retest. You get in on the retest. This is clean. Clean trade. I beat gold short from 0.6 after getting big sell-off from pre-market. Got stopped on stop loss and profit. Okay, yeah, so this is a little bit of a late entry. Also, like, when you get this big of a sell-off, I don't mind this trade. Like, I know that this is the 618. I don't mind the trade. But when you get this big of a sell-off in pre-market, I'm not trying to take a trade in New York, right? I'm not trying to take a trade in New York. If this sold off, from 705 down to 3, like it sold off 45 points, right? Do I really want to try to catch a trade in here? Probably not. Unless it's like I would have traded this. I think this is valid. Where we come back up to this volume area high, we get above it, and then we reject. I would have taken a small scalp here, because I could short this in this range, 36.78 and a half, and I could just take that for 4 or 5 points, right? Ant in the premium on the WAP, there are some videos on fibs. There's a couple. They're not like super long, but there are some. This is good management though. I like the management on this. I would just I think we're just getting in after the trends are I would only be open to scalps on this. I wouldn't be targeting something super low. So I think this is just I think it's a good trade. I think this trade's appropriate and the management is fine on it. But this should be a scalp. It should be a scalp. It shouldn't be I'm going for a big target. Instrument NQ, 1 trade, 1 win. Okay, solid clutch. Very solid day. NQ pumped, so I waited for pullback. As soon as price hit 0.3, I saw a me reaction and entered. It was perfect setup and overall A+ trade. My TP was edged for about 3 minutes before it finally hit, but patience paid off. Great patience waiting for pullback, just at 0.5 reaction level exit. Okay. Very solid day. Very solid day. Yeah, I would even target these highs up here. But if it's a 0.3 trade, sometimes we don't push those highs. So if I look at NQ, right, off that 382 bounce, right, this did push those highs. So I would look for it to push the highs, but if I see it stalling out, like it did on this one, where it starts to stall out, I would get out. I would get out. Because this is either going to, there's two things that are going to happen. This is going to stall out, and then it's going to reverse, like we did here. Or it's going to stall out, and then you're just going to get a random pump. So you can just bring your stop up to the base of this, right? I know Vettel did this. He sent me his trades in DMs, and he had a stop right here. was like, that seems appropriate to me because it's either going to stall out and reverse or it's going to start to pump. But yeah, I like that trade. And why I'm long, hourly IB set and closed outside, high second, set second, and looked pretty clear for longs. Came back in and tapped the 618 as well as low volume node marked by a gray box from the volume profile anchored off FOMC candle. Session VWAP was also tested. Light blue band. Trailed aggressively as we were reaching the value area high, purple lined. For a 1.5 to 1R, should have taken the 2 to 1 for 500 on demo because I crashed out yesterday and blew a combine that was only 800 from passing. Need to sharpen my mental edge. Overall, I feel like a fucking idiot for trying to rush things. Someone throw a banana on my head. Ooh, ah, ah. Okay, yeah. If you're 800 from passing, what I've noticed, and I listened to a podcast with one of the prop firm CEOs. He was talking that he was saying that they notice a trend when someone's close to passing an account or someone's close to payout, they size up. If you're close to passing an account, does it make sense to size down? Right? Because if I need $800 fucking dollars, how many fucking points do I need with NQ on 5 micros? I need 80 fucking points. That's 2 40-point trades. I need to capture 2 fucking 40-point trades. Can I do that? NASDAQ fucking trended 300 points today. You're telling me you can't find 2 40-point trades in that fucking 300-point range? Instead, you're like, well, I'm just gonna go with 2 minis. I'm just gonna go for a fucking 20-point winner. Well, guess what? You're gonna take the wrong fucking trade, and it's gonna reverse on you, and you're just gonna get stopped, and then you're gonna get stopped again, and then you're gonna fucking size up again, right? If you're close to passing, why are we sizing up? Why are we sizing up? There's no reason to size. Like, if you're close to passing, you need $500. You can't find a fucking 50-point trade. You can't find a 10-point trade on gold with 5 fucking micros. Because if you lose that trade, oh, what? You're down 250 or 200 or whatever it is. Maybe even if it's gold, you can find a 2.5. That short that I took, I had 3.5 points of risk on. 3.5 points with 5 fucking micros. That's not even $200 of risk. And it runs 40 fucking points. That's $2,000, bro. You just have to get a part of the move. You don't even need the whole fucking move, bro. What the fuck are we doing? Are we really like this caught up on passing the fucking account? Because why does it matter if you pass the funded account? It doesn't fucking matter. Your goal as a prop firm trader is get to fucking payout. Are you going to get, when you get in that funded account, when you're a day away from payout, are you just going to be like, oh, I'm a day away from payout. I've got a 3K buffer. I'll just size up. I want extra on my payout. When it's like, if I'm a day or two away from payout, why the fuck am I sizing up? What the fuck am I doing? Right? If I've never had a payout, too. Like, if I've never had a payout, and I've got a 3K buffer, you're telling me I get one more $150 winning day. I need a $150 winning day. I get $1,500? Sweet. But instead, I'm going to bump to 2 minis. I'm going to go a little crazy and bump to 2 fucking minis. If you risk 20 points on 2 minis on NASDAQ, how much drawdown do you get? If you have 3K, how many points of drawdown? How many points of drawdown? You probably don't even fucking know. Because you don't even know how much 1 point on 2 minis is worth. 1 point on 2 fucking minis is $40 a fucking point. So you get less than 100 points of drawdown if you're trading 2 minis with a 3K buffer. You get like 70 points. Can you work with 70 points of drawdown? Or would you rather work with fucking 300 points of drawdown? It's way easier, bro. Anyway. Good trade, Boogie, on demo. Good management on this as well. I would wait till this candle finishes printing to bring your stop up to the low. Wait till this finishes printing. I know it's kind of an awkward spot to tighten your stop up. And there's good momentum here. But wait for this print, wait for this 5-minute print, and then wait for the next 5-minute print, and then bring your stop up. Okay? Yeah, if you thought that was something, bro, the mentorship side classes are crazy. Another one on YM, same trade as it before. 618, low volume node. Wanted to see same area we rejected from, which is value area high. Got the 2 to 1 this time. Need to figure out some shit mentally, man. IDK how my stats can look like this on demo, and then comment I blow up. Book a fucking one-on-one. You fucking monkey, okay? Just demo. Just give me the fucking nanner. Okay, good risk on this. Okay, here we should. Okay, you already tightened it to the wick. This should be here, right? This should be here on this candle. You tightened your stop pretty quick on that last one, but now you're not tightening your stop as quickly. What's going on here, bro? What are we doing? Okay, now you tighten your stop. Cool. Okay, yeah, there you go. There's your trade that you want. This is exactly what we want to see. Okay. Yeah, you were doing good, bro. What the fuck happened? I can't see chat. I can see chat, bro. Combine forward took a short after London pushed higher, then just consolidated New York Open and went bearish, so waited for confirmation from 5-minute pushing to bearish close and rejecting. Also rejected from 0.5 on high time frame. This trade would have been a 6R if I had not closed it over one green doji. Therefore, it was only a 1 to 1R. Need to sort out psychology. Took 378, total profit $53. I'm a better trader than this. I will do better. Okay, Alize. What I want you to do, okay, because this is just a common fucking occurrence that I keep seeing. The next 10 trades you take, okay, the next 10 trades on this combine, I want you to use 5 micros. I want you to use 5 micros, and when you put the trade on, I want you to not look at it. Not look at it. At all. And then at the end of the day, you just look and you're like, oh, cool, I hit TP. Because you just need to let go. Because there was no reason to close this trade. I understand the 5. You know, we're looking at the 5 minute during this trade. And these 2 candles psyched you out. But during our one-on-one, what we talked about was if I look at the 15, if I look at a higher time frame, is there any reason for me to close my trade? And this thought has been going through my head too, right? When I was in this trade. In my head, I was like, there's no reason for me to close this. There's no fucking reason for me to close this based off the 15-minute. I have my stop and profit already. If it stops me out, that's okay. If it hits my TP, great. But it's like, I just keep seeing it over and over again, and I'm sure it's frustrating for you. Because it would be fucking frustrating for me. 5 micros. Take your trade. Right? Don't risk more than like $250. Put your TP. Put your stop loss. Close your phone. Don't look at it till the end of the day. Okay. Another gold short. Clean. Little 10-pointer. $290. Solid ant. Value high rejection play. Had this area marked out after a move of FOMC. We began rejecting it into New York after London pushed. Clean trade bias was confirmed when Barron also eyed up the short. Cool. Clean trade. Ant. Took short trade targeting high of high volume candle. Had 2 attempts. Second chart orb. Downside failed and reversed. Anticipated upside to break targeting 24,800 with mental lapse of last trade. Exited at highs. Third chart, IB trades 2 attempts, high volume on options at 6,700. Looks like NQ is holding overall. Fourth chart, reversed and exit at 380, and VWAP called it a day. Okay. Yeah. This short is tricky. Because if I'm shorting this, I want to be in pre-market. I don't want this to come into the highs. Got an identity crisis going on. I know I'm not a 5, 10, 20 banger trader, especially when I know this market isn't giving these types of trades right now. Give up a perfectly 1 to 2 RR trade to exit at break even. Okay. Stopped on for a second. Okay, and this is clean. Having just given up a 2 RR, I just left target at highs and let it be. Waiting for IB right now. Anticipate. Okay. Cool. This is a clean trade. I just bring the stop up when this is this close to your TP. At least put at break even, especially after you just took a loser. Okay, and then another clean 382. You got stopped here. Okay. IB first attempt. I'm assuming this is where you brought your stop up. Yeah. Just push the highs. When it fails at the highs here, and then you see it come back down and come back up, I'd just get out of that. Okay, and then second attempt. Okay, and then shorted. Yeah, I think the entries are just a little late, and the stops need a little bit of management. But I mean, I like the ideas. I get the ideas, Rocky. Okay. After bull run, was expecting a retest and took a short from the 0.2 IB extension. Okay. I think this is valid to me. Low London IB play last night could have held for more, but oh well. Okay, yeah, this tapped VWAP perfectly. Clean trade, Jack. 70 points. Very solid. With stop management, once you see this bounces really cleanly, just bring your stop up to here. And then once this does the second retest, just bring it up to that retest level and then just let it run. Stop was 20 points, so 1 to 10 RR. Main basis of this trade was absorb sellers, aggressive buying on both NQ, ES, and high volume node. Very clean. Very clean, ESIP. I hope you lock that account. I know you were up 1,500 today. So. Also, I like how you're using micros. Right. I know you messaged me on IG. You were like, should I just run this to 10K or should I use micros? I told you to use micros. And where I see micros. Oh, wait, this is minis. Why am I seeing minis, bro? Oh, it's paper. Oh, my God. Jesus Christ, you scared me for a second. You locked the account, right? The XFA was locked. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, still good. Asian short, GC, 2-point stop, 15-minute FEG rejection, perfectly rejects the low volume node, TP1, smacked, will have left runner for 36.79.4 if I had a mini, locked out for the night yesterday. Also took GC shorts this morning, just forgot to take a screenshot. Okay. Clean. Uranus. Not even gonna comment. Let me beat you over the head with fucking... bro. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, Uranus. Okay. Fill up! My man, fill up! Hey. W's in the chat for Philip, bro. W's in the chat for Philip. God, that shit's so gay. Okay, around 155, 35 points on gold, 110 on NQ. Okay, 35 points on gold is, like, if you're doing money equivalent, okay, let's say you trade one mini on gold and you get 35 points, that's $3,500. That's the equivalent of, what, almost 200 points on NASDAQ? It's like 170, 175 points on NASDAQ. So, fill up. 35 points on gold, 110 on NQ. Looked value area high on gold. Failed buy effort. Let it run all the way down because I expected to dump at New York Open. For NQ, I longed after we looked at value area. Bro, exactly what I put in my analysis. Bro's just stealing my analysis and trading off it. You know? He's looking at my zones, bro, and he's just like, let me just trade off Baron zones. This is what I want, though. Like, I want the commentary to be like, okay, here's my zones, here's what I'm looking at, and then people take trades off it. I don't have to alert every fucking trade, you know. This is clean. Little 5 micros. Or is this minis? Was this MGC? Yeah, 5 micros, solid. Both solid. I had no method. I just entered. You need to stop on this. You need to stop on this somewhere. Okay. Okay. There's the stop. There's your stop. Also, okay. Yeah, you're trading ES. Okay. I thought you were trading ES and NQ, but yeah, if you're trading ES, yeah, just stick to one asset. Which, very solid. Good management. Just skip past my NQ trade. And bro, I looked at it. I already know the fucking analysis on it. I've stopped to the minute. Okay. Yeah, it's hard to see that. But yeah, good management on that. Clean. Lane, I took this trade at opening of Asian market. After previous news, it just broke in 618 zone in 15 minutes, confirming continuation of external liquidity. On Bookmap, we could see buyers entering, giving final confirmation. I monitored the trade. Watch for pullbacks, looking at orders coming in. My first TP was 645 and final TP was 765. Okay. On the micros, good stop management. Good scales. Lane, very fucking clean, bro. It's not 240 pips, it's 240 points, bro. That's a crazy trade, bro. Very good trade, Lane. Good. This management, I would say bring this management up a bit, like either to this low or this, like when you're this close to your TP, just bring it up here, okay? But besides that, I mean, like this stops pretty tight. Good scales, good management here. I just think this should have been brought up here when you see that retest. Maybe you left it on overnight and this was you waking up. I'm assuming this was you waking up because you forgot to plug your fucking phone in last night. Because look, yeah, so okay, yeah. Since you're in South America, right, you're on like the same time zone as us. This was at 7:10 p.m. last night. Your phone's fully charged, or it's at 66. Then at midnight, you checked it again, adjusted your stop. Then I'm assuming you woke up at 7:28 a.m. and your phone's on 6%. So, Top Step just closed my trade as price. Yeah, they close at they close at 10 minutes after. It's 10 minutes after. They always close. Beautiful trade only. Exited NQ long way too early on live because I was down for the day from Asia GC last night. Only made 180 instead of 2K. Why did we close here? For what reason, Uranus? For what reason? Kind of quick ES, even though then hit TP. I won 2 out of 3 on management. Okay, I have $250. Jesus Christ. Shit. Yeah. Okay. Solid day. This little bunny is still in here. The next couple days on this account, right? If you're still in here, I can't see the full audience, I don't think. I would just go for winning days on this. Secure your payout, get your 5K, or I mean, like get your 4,500. Don't push this. I wouldn't push this. I would just try to get my winning days and take a payout. Anyway, we got 2 today. Alright. Cool. That's trade review. Yeah. Stop showing your guns. I'm not even flexing, bro. I'm feeling good, bro. You know. Yeah, I went to the gym. I went to the gym already, bro. Better never get a buzz again. No, I'll get a buzz, bro. You know who loves the buzz? My ex. I buzzed my hair. Okay. My ex told me she was coming into town for 4th of July. And I was like, I'm about to go buzz my head. She was like, no, you aren't. And then she pulled up and I had a buzzed head. I was like, she loves the buzz head. That's why I did it, bro. Buzz was the spiral? No, the spiral was me blowing that Tradeify account. I blew that Tradeify account June 21st. And then that's where I started to spiral. I spiraled at the end of June. That's what it was. I buzzed July, like, 2nd or some shit. Member trade of the week, free combine. Alright, I'm going to get the Outlook out pretty early here. I'm going to go film that. You buzzed because of the spiral to spiral more? Nah. You should dye your hair pink. I'm good, bro. Actually, when I got my hair dyed blonde, it was blue for a day because the toner didn't wash out. Let me find the pic. Let me find the fucking pic, bro. The toner just didn't fucking wash out. See this? Yeah, you can see it's fucking blue, bro. Yeah, that shit was bad, bro. That shit was bad. Yeah, I'm still on YouTube. Okay. Okay, yeah. Trade review. Well, I don't know if you heard me, or if you left, but I would just get your winning days on this. Don't push this for 10K to get max payout. Because right now you can pretty much take a $4,500 payout. Is it worth it to push it and possibly lose the account? I would put a tight daily loss limit on this, like 500 max, and just trade micros and get your 2 winning days to take a payout. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. All right, I'm gonna end this.